Welcome to Billionaire Audiobook, your shortcut to the secrets top entrepreneurs don't want you to know. In the next few minutes, you'll uncover the wealth hacks that build empires. Ready to turn these pages into profit? Let's begin. The Millionaire Fast Track: Mastering Wealth Creation Through Other People's Resources. Introduction: The Power of Other People's Resources, OPRs. To become financially free, you need to stop thinking of wealth as something you build solely with your own effort. The truth is, the fastest way to create financial success is through the careful, strategic use of other people's resources. Whether it's other people's time, money, knowledge, or even influence, knowing how to attract and manage these resources will multiply your ability to grow wealth exponentially. Success is not about what you know, but about who and what you can leverage. Imagine a world where wealth isn't just built with your own hands, limited by your resources, or confined to your individual expertise. Instead, it's built by understanding how to use everything that others bring to the table: their time, skills, money, assets, and platforms. This is the principle of other people's resources, OPRs, and it has the power to change your financial life. I didn't start with a silver spoon in my mouth, nor did I have millions of pounds sitting in a trust fund. What I did have was access to knowledge, other people's knowledge. Through books, audiobooks, documentaries, and autobiographies, I began to piece together the puzzle of wealth creation, but not by reinventing the wheel. Instead, I learned to repurpose what already existed. My journey: learning from the greats. I spent months and then years gathering the experiences and lessons of those who had already walked the path. I pored over books by the likes of Warren Buffett, read every article I could find about Elon Musk, and watched countless interviews with Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates. These men are not just billionaires, they are masters of leveraging OPRs. Nobody to five other so's. Think about Jeff Bezos. When he started Amazon, it wasn't just about creating a new online bookstore. It was about tapping into other people's infrastructure, their existing internet platforms, delivery systems, and suppliers. Amazon didn't start by owning every warehouse. It started by leveraging relationships with third-party suppliers. Elon Musk didn't personally build every Tesla with his hands. He harnessed the skills and brilliance of engineers, software developers, and financial backers to bring his vision to life. These men weren't just resourceful in the traditional sense. They were masters of leverage. Leveraging knowledge as a resource. I quickly realized I didn't need to start from scratch. I just needed to be strategic. By gathering insights from the minds of the world's most successful people, I was effectively tapping into other people's experiences. I saved myself years of trial and error by standing on the shoulders of giants. It wasn't long before I applied this concept to my businesses. From consulting with experts on strategies to outsourcing tasks I wasn't skilled at, I built a business that grew to millions in revenue. Not because I had all the answers, but because I knew how to attract and use the answers others already had. OPR success stories: Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Warren Buffett. Take Warren Buffett, for instance. While his genius lies in understanding stocks, he doesn't do it alone. Buffett leverages entire teams of analysts, researchers, and financial advisors to gather information about markets and businesses. His ability to amplify his own efforts through the expertise of others is what allows him to manage an empire that consistently outperforms the market. Elon Musk is another prime example. Musk's ventures from PayPal to Tesla to SpaceX didn't succeed because he micromanaged every detail. Instead, he relied on some of the smartest engineers, designers, and innovators in the world to execute his vision. He knew he didn't have to have all the technical knowledge himself, as long as he could gather and lead the right people with the right skills. Lastly, Jeff Bezos didn't just use Amazon's own resources to grow his business. By partnering with third-party sellers, leveraging existing delivery networks, and incorporating affiliate marketers, he multiplied Amazon's power. He turned Amazon into an ecosystem where other businesses fueled his own success. How OPRs transformed my life. By absorbing the knowledge of others, I started making decisions from an informed place. I began to reach out to those more experienced than me, mentors, financial advisors, and business consultants, and asked for guidance. I hired skilled freelancers and partnered with individuals who could do things I couldn't. Soon I was tapping into other people's time, other people's money, and even other people's influence to grow my business. The result? I turned a small idea into a multi-million-pound enterprise, and I did it without burning out or running out of resources. My key takeaway: you don't need to do everything yourself to achieve massive success. You just need to know how to attract and utilize the resources others bring to the table. The power of OPRs in your journey. The goal of this book is to help you build wealth by teaching you how to leverage other people's resources. Whether you want to build a business, invest wisely, or achieve financial freedom, understanding how to tap into OPRs will save you years of frustration. This is the fast track to becoming a millionaire. You don't have to have all the money, all the time, or all the skills in the world. What you need is the strategy to use what's already around you, waiting to be leveraged. Wealth is built not by what you do alone, but by what you can do through the talents, time, and resources of others. In the next chapter, we will explore into how to shift your thinking from doing it all to leveraging it all. You'll learn how millionaires think about time, money, and skills. Nonetheless, you'll learn how you can adopt their mindset to start attracting OPRs into your life. Chapter 1. The Wealth Mindset Shift to Leverage Thinking.
If you're doing everything yourself, you're thinking too small.
To achieve wealth and financial freedom, you need to adopt a different mindset, one that embraces the concept of leverage. The wealthy don't just work harder, they work smarter by expanding their influence beyond what they can do on their own. This chapter is about changing your default way of thinking from doing it all yourself to mastering the art of utilizing other people's resources to create exponential growth. The trap of the self-reliance mindset. Many people, particularly in the early stages of their careers, believe that doing everything themselves is the only way to success. They wear multiple hats, stretch themselves thin, and exhaust their energy. But let's be clear, there is a limit to what one person can do alone. This self-reliant mindset is what keeps most people from achieving financial freedom. It's a belief rooted in the idea that personal effort is the only path to success. In reality, the wealthiest individuals in the world have mastered the art of delegation and collaboration. They focus on where their strengths lie and bring in others to complement their weaknesses. That's leverage. What leverage really means? Leverage is the ability to get more done with less effort. It's about multiplying the impact of your time, skills, and resources by using those of others. Think of leverage as a force multiplier. The more leverage you have, the more you can accomplish with the same amount of effort. Instead of relying on only your time, leverage allows you to draw on the time of others. Instead of using your own money to grow, you learn how to attract and utilize other people's money. Why millionaires think differently? Millionaires and successful entrepreneurs don't think in terms of what they can do alone. They think in terms of systems. These systems are designed to continuously attract and use the time, energy, and assets of other people. Whether they are building businesses, investing, or growing their personal brand, they know they cannot do it alone. Instead of spending their days immersed in the minutiae, they focus on the big picture. Where can I add the most value? How can I attract the right partners, teams, and investors to help me? What system can I create that generates wealth even when I'm not working? Shift your mindset from doer to leverager. If you're currently caught in the trap of doing everything yourself, the first step is to recognize that this way of thinking is holding you back. To succeed on a higher level, you need to start identifying areas where you can leverage the efforts of others. This means delegating tasks. Stop trying to master every skill. Instead, delegate tasks that can be done more efficiently by others. Building a network. Leverage the knowledge and expertise of those around you. Whether it's mentors, advisors, or skilled partners, there is always someone who knows more than you in certain areas. Attracting investments. Use other people's money to fund your projects. Whether it's through loans, partnerships, or equity investors, The key is to scale without relying solely on your own capital. Action step: to put this into practice, write down a list of tasks you're currently doing yourself. Identify at least 3 things you could delegate or outsource immediately. Next, create a plan for how you'll find and recruit the right people to take on these tasks. The wealthy don't work more hours, they leverage more people. In this chapter, we explore a crucial shift in thinking that is necessary for achieving financial freedom. Instead of relying solely on your own efforts, it's about leveraging the resources of others to accomplish far more than you could on your own. The chapter breaks down the following key points. Sur-reliance trap. Many people mistakenly believe that doing everything themselves is the path to success. This mindset often limits growth and leads to burnout. Leverage defined. True wealth creation requires learning how to amplify your own efforts by tapping into other people's resources, OPRs. This includes other people's time, money, skills, and networks. How millionaires think. Successful entrepreneurs and millionaires think in terms of systems. They focus on building systems that continuously attract and utilize OPRs, allowing them to scale their businesses and investments without getting bogged down in every detail. Actionable steps. Readers are encouraged to take immediate action by identifying tasks they can delegate, people they can partner with, or ways they can attract outside investments. This helps create a system that can grow wealth independently of their own efforts. Key takeaway. The wealthy don't work more hours, they leverage more people. This chapter challenges readers to adopt a leverage-based mindset and offers practical steps to begin building wealth using OPRs. In the next chapter, Other People's Time, Outsourcing for Growth, we will dive deeper into one of the most valuable, yet often overlooked resources, time. You'll learn how to free up your own time by effectively delegating tasks and outsourcing work, so you can focus on activities that truly generate wealth. We'll explore how successful entrepreneurs multiply their time by leveraging the efforts of others, and we'll walk through practical steps you can take to start outsourcing today, even if you're on a budget. Prepare to learn strategies that will help you scale your efforts and accelerate your path to financial freedom. Chapter 2. Other People's Time, OPT, Outsourcing for Growth. Time is the scarcest resource, and unless it is managed, nothing else can be managed. Peter Drucker. What would you do if you had an extra 10 hours in your week? Maybe you'd spend it on scaling your business, learning a new skill, or just enjoying life. The truth is, time is your most valuable resource, and once it's spent, you can never get it back. This is why learning to leverage other people's time is one of the most powerful strategies for fast-tracking your way to wealth. While you only have 24 hours in a day, the right systems and strategies allow you to multiply your time by utilizing other people's efforts. This chapter focuses on how to outsource tasks effectively, whether it's in your personal life, your business, or your career, so you can concentrate on what truly matters. Why you can't do it all alone. Many people fall into the trap of thinking they need to do everything themselves, especially in the early stages of building wealth. But this mindset is both limiting and unsustainable. Consider this: if you're handling every task, whether it's responding to emails, managing finances, or handling operations, how will you ever have time to focus on strategic growth? Successful entrepreneurs and business leaders know this. Your time is better spent on high-value tasks, and for everything else, that's where leveraging other people's time comes in. The outsourcing formula. The process of outsourcing can seem daunting at first, but when done right, it will free you from the minutia and give you the ability to focus on growing your wealth. The key is to determine which tasks are consuming most of your time without directly contributing to your bottom line. Here's a simple 3-step outsourcing formula to guide you. Identify low-value tasks. These are tasks that anyone else could do. Whether it's handling customer support, administrative work, or social media posting, these are often repetitive tasks that take up time but don't require your expertise. Find the right talent. Once you know what to outsource, find the right people to help. Platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, and Freelancer are filled with professionals skilled in areas you might need support, from virtual assistants to graphic designers. Delegate and systematize. Successful outsourcing isn't just about handing off tasks. It's about setting up a system where the tasks are done consistently and with minimal involvement from you. Creating clear instructions and automating processes will allow your team to function effectively, even without your constant input. A real-life example: delegating time. Let's take a real-life example. Sarah, a digital marketing consultant, was overwhelmed with administrative tasks, client emails, and managing social media accounts. By the time she finished those, she had little energy left for scaling her business or finding new clients. She knew she needed help, but worried about the cost of hiring someone. After reviewing her weekly schedule, Sarah identified that she was spending over 15 hours a week on tasks that someone else could easily handle. She hired a virtual assistant, VA, on a freelance platform, paying them a fraction of what she was earning per hour. With that extra time, she was able to focus on acquiring high-paying clients, quadrupling her income in just a few months. This is the power of leveraging other people's time. Trevor's story: increasing revenue through AI and outsourcing. Trevor was running a growing digital marketing agency, but he found himself overwhelmed by repetitive tasks like appointment setting, cold calling potential leads, and managing customer inquiries. These tasks, while necessary, were taking up valuable hours that he could have spent on high-level strategy or bringing in bigger clients. To free up his time and boost his revenue, Trevor implemented two key strategies: AI-powered appointment setting and cold calling. Trevor adopted an AI-based system that could automatically set up client meetings and conduct initial cold calls. The AI was programmed to answer common questions and pre-qualify leads before passing them on to his sales team. This cut the time spent on lead generation in half and allowed his salespeople to focus only on high-quality leads. As a result, his business doubled its sales conversion rate, and Trevor could focus more on strategy and growth. Outsourcing customer service. Instead of handling every customer inquiry himself, Trevor hired a virtual assistant, VA, to manage customer support. The VA was available to answer basic questions, direct clients to relevant resources, and schedule follow-up calls. This move saved Trevor an additional 10 hours per week, which he redirected into scaling his business offerings. The result: by leveraging AI and outsourcing, Trevor freed up a massive amount of time, allowing him to focus on scaling his business and acquiring high-paying clients. His revenue jumped by 30% in the first quarter alone, all while working fewer hours. Donald's story: buying back time to spend with family. Donald, a busy entrepreneur, was struggling to find time to spend with his wife and kids because he was bogged down with household chores, including tending to the garden and cleaning up after his dogs. These tasks ate into his weekends and evenings, leaving him with little quality time to enjoy with his family. Here's how Donald solved his time problem: outsourcing pet care and garden maintenance. Donald hired a part-time gardener to handle lawn mowing, plant care, and general garden upkeep. He also found a local service that sent someone twice a week to clean up his dog's poo in the backyard. These simple tasks had been eating up nearly 5 hours of his time each week, which was now completely freed up. Focusing on family time. With these chores off his plate, Donald was able to reclaim his evenings and weekends. Instead of spending Saturday mornings in the garden, he now uses that time for fun activities with his kids. He spent some time going to the park with the kids and had a family time in the movies. The result: by outsourcing these mundane but time-consuming tasks, Donald bought back valuable time that he now spends creating memories with his family. His happiness and work-life balance improved significantly, showing that sometimes outsourcing isn't just about making more money, it's about making time for what matters most. Trevor and Donald both understood the power of other people's time. Trevor used automation and virtual assistants to scale his business, while Donald hired help to free himself from household duties and enjoy more time with his family. These examples highlight how outsourcing can transform both professional and personal life, offering the freedom to focus on higher-value tasks, or simply enjoy life. Where to find time leverage opportunities? You might be wondering, but what can I actually outsource? Here are some common areas where successful individuals delegate tasks to free up time. Administrative work, from managing emails to scheduling meetings. Hiring a virtual assistant to take care of day-to-day tasks is an easy win. Creative work, don't spend hours creating logos, social media content, or marketing materials. Outsource this to designers and marketers who can do it faster and better. Research. Need information on a specific topic but don't have the time? Freelancers can do extensive research and compile the data for you. Personal errands. Outsourcing isn't just for business. Apps like TaskRabbit or Instacart allow you to delegate shopping, household chores, or deliveries, giving you more time for high-priority work. The psychology of outsourcing, overcoming the mental hurdles. Outsourcing can feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you've been doing everything yourself. You might worry about losing control or spending money on things you could technically do yourself. But remember, you are not buying services. You are buying back your time. The ultimate goal is to free yourself from low-value tasks so you can spend your time on activities that bring you closer to your financial goals. Common outsourcing mistakes and how to avoid them. As powerful as outsourcing is, it's not without its challenges. Here are some common mistakes people make when they first start leveraging other people's time and how to avoid them. Not giving clear instructions. When delegating tasks, be specific. If the instructions are vague, the results won't meet your expectations. Provide clear guidelines, examples, and deadlines. Micromanaging. The whole point of outsourcing is to give yourself more time. But if you're constantly checking in on the person you've hired, you're defeating the purpose. Trust your team or freelancer to get the job done and only intervene when necessary. Trying to outsource too much too soon. Start small. Outsource a few low-value tasks to get comfortable with the process before handing over larger responsibilities. Action step. Write down 3 tasks that consume more than 5 hours of your time each week, but don't directly generate revenue or help you grow. Next, create a plan to delegate these tasks to someone else within the next 30 days. Use online platforms or look around you to find freelancers or services that fit your budget, and start small to build your outsourcing system. The key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. Stephen Covey. In this chapter, we explored the immense power of leveraging other people's time to unlock greater productivity, free up personal bandwidth, and ultimately accelerate your path to wealth. We began by highlighting the importance of shifting from a do-it-yourself mentality to a strategy of outsourcing and delegation, a method used by top entrepreneurs to focus on high-value tasks while allowing others to handle the routine or time-consuming work. You learned that outsourcing isn't just for large businesses. It's a practical tool anyone can use, whether you're running a growing company or trying to reclaim personal time for family or self-care. Trevor's story demonstrated how leveraging AI for appointment setting and cold calling, as well as hiring a virtual assistant for customer service, freed up significant hours and increased his revenue by focusing on high-quality clients. On the personal side, Donald showed how outsourcing household chores like pet care and gardening allowed him to regain time to spend with his family, showing that outsourcing can enrich both professional and personal life. Key takeaways. Time is your most valuable resource, the only one you can't replace. Leveraging other people's time through outsourcing is crucial for long-term growth and efficiency. Successful outsourcing requires clear instructions, the right talent, and systematization. When done correctly, it frees you to focus on higher-level tasks that directly contribute to building wealth. Sourcing doesn't just apply to business. It can also improve your personal life, creating more time for what matters most to you, whether that's family, hobbies, or relaxation. Prepare yourself for the next chapter, Other People's Money, Funding Your Dreams. You'll learn how to use other people's money, OPM, to build wealth faster without having to rely solely on your own capital. We'll dive into practical strategies for attracting investments, securing loans, and partnering with others to fund your dreams. This is your ticket to scaling faster while minimizing personal financial risk. Get ready to unlock the power of OPM.